Welcome back to Twilight Princess. Last time we had a long stretch of collection. We will not be doing that again until, like, the end game, don't worry. But today we're finally heading to Gerudo Desert. In order to do that, we need to meet with Aru. And he's just hanging out here on this tower in Lake Hylia.
I thought this top of this tower is where the desert was. Small desert.
Sandpit. Iberico ham, Harry. I have just the worst eyes.
Wait, he said that she kindly allows me to meet? Are you an asshole? Do you do questionable things?
I mean, he's a 70-year-old man with a mohawk.
That's awesome.
I mean, he could be cool or a bastard or both.
I think it's just Telma's way of washing her hands of anything they do.
It's so wicked that I think it's pretty goddamn sick.
Not sure.
I'll stay here.
I like your tower. Can I move in?
Fun note about the tower. I think it's supposed to be a reference to the tower on Outset Island in Wind Waker.
Where Pizza Joe slept?
Yep. Let's see, Fear's over there!
Quite the trek back, yeesh.
You're back!
Oh, it's me again, isn't it?
You should try it, it's fun. Look at the fun I'm having right now. It is funny when elderly people are mocking other elderly people. Oh, that old coot, that old piece of shit. Like if they're not old.
Fear is just a rough 35.
I recently got my license. I just look like this.
Married my high school sweetheart.
Last week.
So the best way to get into the desert is to get shot there in a cannon. Remember this.
So...
If you're going to the Sahara, it's a rough trip.
Hey, are parachutes provided?
Is this how Gerudo were born?
They were launched there.
Damn, Harry's fine. Okay, but what if he sneezed at the last second? Then where do you go?
You can tell from her voice she's been humbled by everything that's happened. Bam Bam raced and then wiped out?
What I wanted you to listen to was my mixtape.
the spirit of human. Like into members to ward us. Will ask match to you for them. Will reveal in dust. Say goodbye. You tell what you said.
That's really interesting, Midna, but I don't know if I would have used the word mingle as part of my backstory.
We had a dance party with the darkness.
It all started at the prom, shown here.
That goddamn prom king.
Thank you, thank you.
He called himself prom king even though we didn't even vote.
As you all know, I've threatened to bribe your teachers with Fs in order to get your vote.
It was weird because he was a student.
A ham.
They left one ham.
Left one hand between the hairy.
The Twilight ham.
Between the hairy legs of darkness.
You're close enough, but, you know, it's kind of funny, isn't it?
Ah, Midna. Sunk cost fallacy.
Into your ankles I go.
Now that feels like slightly weird placement for that info dump. But the Mirror of Twilight is actually in the Arbiter's grounds, and this was really the only time and place the game could tell us why we're going there. So, glad they got it out of the way. And it is interesting hearing it from Midna, because at this point in the story, that's sort of the signal that she basically trusts us, because we've just been following her this whole time, doing what she says. At this point, she's actually willing to tell us why we're doing anything. So, good mix of info dump and subtle characterization.
Yeah. I do like the little character growth, though. Like, it's a small detail, but just her even leaning on him and just putting her hand on his cheek.
Yeah.
It's already a complete contrast to earlier where she was, like, kicking you while you were asleep.
But in the desert, you've got worms just running around in the sand. They're not a big problem. You can actually use the hookshot to pull them out when you fight them. And there are also this game's version of P-hats. P-hats are usually enemies. In this game, they're actually something you can hookshot onto to fly around. And we need to do that because there are massive gaps just in the world.
Thanks, darkness? Well, I do agree that it's a good time to drop the exposition. Did she have to pick someplace so hot, though? Because you're just standing out in the burning sunlight while she tells you all this.
And I know the Zora themselves are more susceptible to heat than humans. I'm not sure if the Zora armor makes me more susceptible. So I just like to imagine Ham Harry was sweating his ass off. Far worse than he would have.
Grease was coming off of him like if he was a bacon strip.
So your people were banished. That really blows.
Yeah, they looked a lot like you right now. But anyway, it's about me, so...
Oh, keep going. I'm a nice fucking guy.
All right, so I went to the punch bowl, right? And you're not gonna believe Sally. Sally, she wore the wrong shoes.
What a bitch.
That looks like a pea hat, and we can use it like a pea hat.
I didn't know it had its own little tree.
Maybe that's where it came from.
Yeah. That's actually interesting. And I never really put much thought into like where Zelda enemies come from. I just assume, oh, they live in the field, so...
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah,
I thought they were just like living creatures.
It's definitely easier to get around the desert as Wolf Link.
Hey, it seems like a much faster boy. Gets to outrun the worms.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I think we talked about it during the Forest Temple. I do hope that anybody who is arachnophobic or anything, I hope you're alright, because there's a lot of spiders in this game.
Ugh, they're so nasty.
More like Arachno Funhouse.
Yeah. Get over it. No, please. All seriousness. I know, like, Skulltulas and whatever are in other Zelda games, but this was, like, the first time they were, like, this detailed.
Unambiguously spiders.
Yeah, they're not like, oh, it's a goofy skull spider that looks like a Halloween decoration. It's like, nah, this is death. It could be in your bed right now.
And they don't look like cellar spiders or regular skull spiders. Their shape is a little more like Black Widows.
Yeah.
So they lean extra creepy.
I'm reminded of one of the first Tomb Raider games that had giant scorpions, and there was like this brutal death scene if you got killed by one, where they would just grab you with their claws and stab you with their stingers. That was probably no fun for a lot of people.
I know arachnophobia is primarily spiders, but does it extend to other arachnids?
I imagine. Are you afraid of scorpions?
By basic human instinct.
Yeah, see?
Well, I've pet a scorpion before, so I don't actually
Why?
know myself. Okay, story time. So,
In the desert.
yeah, I went there once. My broke ass somehow went to a desert. No. In the 6th grade, there was an assembly, and I guess they didn't know what to do for that assembly, because usually assemblies are like, all right, kids, you know, hey, let's gather around, let's talk about upcoming events, or, you know, hey, the band needs some members or something. But this time it was like, hey, so we got this dude who just brought a bunch of exotic animals, and he had like a giant
Like that one.
snake. Like, yeah, like that. He had like a giant snake, and he went around the room being like, who wants to pet it? And then we would pet it, and then he was like, all right, so I have this scorpion here, who wants to pet that? And then he went around the room, and he's like, be careful, it might sting you. So, you know, some kids didn't want to touch it, and I was like, yeah, I'll touch it. I mean, it was neat. It was like, you know, the shell was hard, but I didn't die, so fine.
I thought it was like, all right, children, thank you for joining us in the assembly. Lock the door, unleash the scorpions.
They have one weakness, and Yoshi figured it out.
You bit pittance.
To this day, I'm sure he was like some sort of animal preserver guy or something. I'm pretty sure it wasn't like, oh yeah, we found Hunter Jimbo here, and he's gonna unleash all of his exotic animals on you because we're tired of you.
Hey, kids, I found a worm.
Ooh! Although, funnily enough, he did do that at a church, but that's another thing. My 6th grade was in a church, but it wasn't a Catholic church. I'm sorry, I'm derailing the whole thing. Nice day, Fly.
Yeah, we found 2 bugs. We saw a weird owl statue, remember that for later. And we could see from a distance this large pillar in the desert. We should check this out. I don't know if it was intentional, but it kind of glows in the moonlight. So I think it's situated so that you can see it from anywhere. Or maybe that's just the placement of the moon. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. God!
It's so scary. You can't move.
Damn it, I did it wrong again. Okay, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I think you like scraped your pinky and that made you stop your full swing.
Maybe I should have switched to Wolf.
Yeah, the Wolflink seems to take these things out with no problem. Just using his hop around technique.
Now, where there's a portal, there's a way. And a ghost. It does need to be night for the pose to show up in the desert.
Going back to the heat thing from earlier, at least now would probably be better because at least it's cold.
Yeah.
Possibly freezing.
Oh, Zoras are weak to cold, too.
There's just no winning when you have the Zora outfit out here.
There's just no winning in the desert, I think. Dude, she was pissed.
I really thought nothing was gonna happen.
Nope, you were wrong. Nothing to do with us.
Woohoo! Not my problem.
You just see it land in the castle in the background.
Oh, I thought it'd work. Look at that. The Bridge of Eldin is back together.
Nice.
Oh.
We did the Smash Brothers.
We did.
That's the first time I saw Midna fall from such a high place onto Wolflink.
Yep. And now that we're back here, and I have the hook shot, I can actually do something around here. Let's see how long it takes me to figure it out.
Be patient, Midna. I'm figuring it out.
Oh, there's nothing there!
Alright, I discovered that was in fact a chasm.
Good job.
Sorry, I don't know what that voice warble was.
Good job.
She hit her head on a rock on the way down.
Now, what we actually need to do is go up. Those little outcroppings are where we come out of this thing. I think I already have that bug.
I was gonna say, well, Agatha won't know, but then I remembered, yes, she would.
She, of all people, would.
As she senses you coming down the street to her house, she'll peep out the door and say, I already got that one.
And Harry's like, ah, damn it, and turns around.
Now, I like this. I like when Zelda does this, where little optional secret areas are sort of callbacks to dungeons. Pretty sure Zelda's done that. Maybe I'm just thinking of this one room, but I've seen it happen in a few games, and I like when that happens.
Yeah, where like they'll reconstruct some early puzzles and they'll even put spins on them. Like that one where you had to jump off and put on your goddamn boots while you were
Yeah.
falling.
This game really only works if you assume that Minda's hair is like a bag of holding.
The amount of spins, I'm really hoping Ham Harry on the next one has like a skateboard and he's just doing some impossible Tony Hawk bullshit.
900. Dink!
Like you just see the score multiplier go up and up.
Where are you? Not you.
I'm right here, Link. I love you.
My name's not Link, kid, as he kills him.
My name's not Link, kid.
My name's not Link. Now what you think? I killed Keys and dropped him in the sink.
First person who asks for a Let's Play of a town with no name is getting blocked. Everyone else, you're fine. Just the first person.
God damn it.
That feels like a middle finger. Not a heart piece, just a useless stamp of it.
I hope the real heart piece is in the other chest.
It fucking better be. Okay, we're good.
Okay, alright, we're good, we're good.
Stamp of a stamp.
A Polaroid of stamp.
Goat hard. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
No.
Even when Miiverse was active, anytime I got one of these stamp things or anything like that in other Nintendo games, where it's like, this is great for Miiverse, all I would ever think of is, gee, thanks. But at least that was when Miiverse was active. Now it's literally garbage.
Great for Miiverse, not great for me.
I started Xenoblade Chronicles X yesterday, and the first thing that happened when I booted up the game was telling me it couldn't connect to Miiverse.
And then the game didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. Can't play it. Sorry. No one told me.
So that's why they haven't gotten it off the Wii U.
They can't figure out how to take it off Miiverse.
That was just a little detour since we got the bridge back. Remember that cave.
Quit telling me to remember things. You know I will never.
But Jake, if you're in this video, that means you're gonna rewatch it.
I am.
We know how you work.
Ugh. It took me a minute to realize just what you were trying to say with that statement. But it's true. To be fair, I'm in most videos on this channel these days. But I still haven't watched the ones I'm not in, so... whoopity-bee.
You need to work quickly in this room, because there is a special Chew, and he will get eaten by the purple one, making him useless. Like what's about to happen with that red one. There we go, rare Chew Jelly. I don't know if we've seen one before. It's basically a special potion. I think it fully recovers your heart, and it gives you an attack boost until you take damage, which will be very quickly, so...
Ham Harry looking back at the Chews.
I mean, I did like they used the claw shot to completely destroy it, like a Nickelodeon slime or something.
I think that's it.
No chest? No... Huh.
Guess not. I mean, rare Chew Jelly is a pretty good prize.
Yeah, that's probably the main prize. I was just expecting, like, oh, you gotta blow up a wall, or light some torches, or solve a Rubik's Cube, something.
Now there is one or two more Poes out on the overworld here. I'm looking around for him. Sometimes it can be easier to see with wolf senses because he's still glowing, even though the entire world turns black. Here we go. But I think there are also 2 or 3 more hidden in caves. I want to get all of them in one go. I don't want to come back for a collection video later.
Thank you for sparing me a collections video, said the Pope.
Said the viewer. This room is where the other 2 Poes are.
Oh my god.
There's the second one. He's gonna keep me from getting this. Fucker.
Oh, you piece of Poe shit. Oh, I thought they weren't coming back.
Actually, we changed our minds. Alright, honey, let's go out together.
Oh, I managed to get the second one.
Nice.
Didn't think I would. Ow. There's the other one. Fuck all of these rocks.
Honestly, I think I would have done the same thing.
Don't remember what this is. I'm gonna bet rupees. I'm gonna bet rupees on it being rupees.
I'm gonna bet 20 rupees.
Damn.
Oh,
Oh, sad Midna.
no!
I'm not even playing and I'm mad.
This is the worst treasure.
She looks less sad Midna and more like, ew, I don't like broccoli.
I don't know if that would fit in the text box.
Disgusted child Midna. Now, I don't know how many people remember, but after this game came out on the Wii, Nintendo released a game called Link's Crossbow Training.
Ah.
And a level of it was based on the desert. And part of that is because this is a very good place for you to take out the hawk mask and combine it with your bow and arrow. This place is filled with Bulblin archers, and they all die instantly in one hit from the bow. And it's very easy to snipe them with the mask.
Yeah, we did a stream of that, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if I linked it in the threads for this LP, so reminder Thorn to do that. Oh, damn it.
Come on.
Oh, I didn't mean the boar.
Fuck this game.
Whee!
Yeah. Nice shot.
Without a writer, I am nothing. Oh, I'm fine.
Oh yeah, I'm an independent boar. I am Harry, on the other hand. I'll take it.
Ham, you say?
My people.
Now, the boars, they got a lot more meat on their bones than Epona does. And if you press A, they get angry and smash through barriers. You might have remembered we saw a barrier at the beginning of the video.
What happens if you run into a wall?
Then you just get knocked off of the boar.
Oh.
Yeah, you just fall on your ass. I think it's possible for you to ride the boar into, like, one of the fissures.
Yeah. I think that's a blackout. Or a void out, whatever the term is.
Ah, there we go.
That's what happens.
Stamp? Ah, now it's money.
Now I'm kind of developing, like, blood pressure for it. And I don't like it.
There's still a few more barriers around here. We need to head under that arch to progress. You can also knock over the towers. Some of them have chests under them.
A tiny part of me thought the boar was gonna get stomped by the tiny chest.
And there we go, just opening up the path. And again.
Yeah. Pain.
Okay, nice. Gonna need that. Oh.
Damn.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
I'm doing well. Ah! Yeah, eventually I realized, just turn back into a wolf.
I'm like a boar.
I can understand leaving the boar behind, though, just because of how it's kind of hard to control.
It's kind of erratic, yeah. Oh.
The good boy hours are over.
The good boy second is over. Got two paths. There's our old friend. But off to the right is a chest.
And much like our old high school old friends, we avoid them by going the other way.
Yep. And collect money. And then go back, show them the money, and run away again. Get him over $5!
Great!
Deep voice. Great.
Great.
Ooh, cool.
Alright, that was the old move.
The Mortal Draw is a really cool attack.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite.
I definitely try to use it more often than I should.
Is it one of those moves that's super strong but also pretty unwieldy?
Little bit. The idea is you sheath your sword and you stand next to an enemy, and you also can't be targeting the enemy. A prompt will come up, you press A, you spin and smack him with your sword, and it does a lot of damage, but it is a little tricky because you are basically leaving yourself completely open to attack.
Basically, this is a move that goes from knight swordsmanship to samurai draw.
Basically.
See you later, Bruce.
Hey, I'm Bruce.
I myself wasn't as funny as the other Links, but still.
I only want the ghost. Excuse me. Excuse me.
God damn it. It's kind of like squeezing between a couple people at a grocery store in an aisle. You're just like, excuse me, I'm trying to, please.
Get the box. There we go.
It's like the game knew.
One of these days, Link is just gonna break his snout and it'll not be funny. That'll be kind of funny.
I get what you mean. Something that I think always gets somebody to laugh is when you watch somebody fall. Like, yeah, you're like, oh man, are you okay? But sometimes when you just see how it happens, and if they fall in a goofy way, you can't help but laugh.
The pratfall.
Yeah.
It depends. I mean, if it's a funny fall, yeah, but sometimes you see their head bounce off the sidewalk and you're like, oh no.
Oh wow, oh shit.
How are you? Are you okay?
How are you feeling?
How many fingers am I holding up?
Hope you didn't hit the ground too hard.
Is this what it's like to be in Clownsville, Jake?
Yeah. CJ does this to me all the time.
Always in pain. I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but it's lucky that I came here at night. These ruins are completely filled with bulblins. And this is a level that the bit in Link's crossbow training is based on. You can snipe pretty much all of them. But because it's nighttime, most of them are asleep, so they can't even see you. I think I need to push the other box over.
Man, samurai draw and now assassin techniques?
Yeah. Shoot people from the gutter.
Sam Harry doesn't fuck around.
Ham Hitman.
I'd play that.
Farmer 93.
You gotta dress up as a flamingo and go into Ganon's tower to take him out.
See that guy? He would be awake if it was daytime.
Oh. It's like Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
10 years before the fact. Oh, Konami, always behind the times.
Damn it.
Damn it. Damn it. Ugh, the front of those tents look gross.
You guys, an intruder! As his voice echoed.
Intruder.
That was right in the peen dangler. Like it looks like back fat, doesn't it?
What?
The front of the
Yeah,
tents.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Cause you just said it after he died, and I'm like, what are we talking about?
The peen dangler?
the guy who... Damn, Harry? Like...
Just hearing in your voice, the peen dangler.
It could be boar skin.
Oh, okay.
We saw a boar hanging on a spit.
Yeah, I can imagine it might be that.
Not listening.
If I ignore it, I'll still die. What?
Arrows, where are you going? What was that? I hit him with-
Like a cartoon.
He even broke a crate on the way down.
Yes. Very Hollywood fall. Hey, one of them had a key.
Now it's time for dinner.
Now, speaking of that boar on a spit, we can keep attacking it, and we get hearts from it.
Oh. Pork hearts. Oh.
And now the boar's heart.
Now we know where they come from.
I feel like that's one of those things where you're near the end of the game and you're like, I'm missing one heart piece. Where is it? Oh, the purple rupee is pretty.
Stick it in your teeth.
Eat it. Like all pretty things.
Open up thing.
It was a swinging door.
Little tiny eyes.
Ugh.
Not a tiny hammer. Dick!
Oh,
Ow. Fuck.
god damn.
He actually sat there and took it.
Kick his ass.
Now, King Boblin can be a little tricky in this fight, because he can actually use that hammer as a shield. And he can block your attacks from a pretty wide radius. And one knockover takes out like 3 fucking hearts.
He's a beefy boy.
So, if anyone's doing a 3-heart challenge, watch the fuck out.
Yeah. Damn it.
Oh, come on.
That would have been a really good time for the mortal draw.
A nice way to end it, too.
Oh, my back fat.
I was gonna say, note that Ham Harry only took that much damage because we really wanted to see Mortal Draw.
Goo goo boo to you too.
Right about you too, sis.
I'm an honorable loser, psych.
Wake up, Piggy, we're getting out of here.
5 more minutes.
You have 2.
Eh.
Come on, thank you.
Had to build up the momentum.
Boar peel out.
Now, I think if you stand there the whole time, nothing happens.
I remember hearing that if it takes you too long, you game over. I've never been dumb enough to let it happen, though.
Yeah, I've never tried it. Despite my curiosity, it's like, nah.
But we're now outside of the Arbiter's grounds. This dungeon's gonna be a little different than the others. Not just in how it plays out, yeah, obviously, but in how playing through it for the LP is gonna be structured. The Arbiter's grounds are actually gonna be split into 2 parts, and we'll see why, because there's sort of a, not intentional, midpoint to the dungeon. The dungeon's actually very long, just in and of itself. It can take about an hour. Like, if you really dick around. But at about the midpoint, something's gonna happen that's actually gonna be a good point for me to split the video in half. And then just halfway through the dungeon, we're gonna be doing some extra side stuff outside of the dungeon, and then we're gonna head right back in and pick up where we left off. It'll make sense when you see it, so that will be part 18.
I think I got a feeling of what it might be.
It's pretty much the same thing I did in the original LP.